The question of the day is, I feel weak and consumed with my thoughts when I know I'm the only one affected by him, while he goes on with his life successfully and unbothered. When I finally get the strength to let him go, I will sit around missing him and thinking what if, or if I was or am the problem, especially when I'm the only one affected and he is okay. When you miss someone, it's going to pass. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean that there's anything wrong there, doesn't mean that they were good for you, doesn't mean you need to do anything about them missing. Now in this new life and everything seems happy-go-lucky, dandy, hunky-dory, and look at how they're treating this other person and they look happy on social media. And so obviously I was the problem, and this just confirms that because they're just fine. But that's not true. That's not true. Remember, at the beginning of your time with this person, you probably were happy and go lucky and looked hunky-dory too. During the love bombing phase, during the mirroring phase, when they are keeping the mask up, trust me, the mask will slip. Doesn't matter who they're with. It's not you that's the problem, and you have to remember that truth and not gaslight yourself and not let anything that they've ever said to you to keep gaslighting you. So I want to let you know that that's a very normal situation. A lot of times after these relationships, even knowing the damage that this person caused, even knowing that it was abuse, even knowing that it was toxic and horrible for us, we still idealize them and we still gaslight ourselves a little bit and we still turn inwards. So I want to explain to you what's going on there. For one, it's your trauma bond. It is the trauma bond. I do a video on healing from trauma bonds and I highly recommend it, but you have got to start to combat lies with the truth. And the lies are that you were the problem and that he wasn't that bad or that she wasn't that bad. And there's proof of that because look at them now in this new life and everything seems happy-go-lucky, dandy, hunky-dory. And look at how they're treating this other person and they look happy on social media. And so obviously I was the problem, and this just confirms that because they're just fine. But that's not true. That's not true. Remember, at the beginning of your time with this person, you probably were happy and go lucky and looked hunky-dory too. During the love bombing phase, during the mirroring phase, when they are keeping the mask up, trust me, the mask will slip. Doesn't matter who they're with. It's not you that's the problem, and you have to remember that truth and not gaslight yourself and not let anything that they've ever said to you to keep gaslighting you. And then there's the shame that comes inside of us when we still love, miss, or want to be with a person that we know is not good for us or that hurt us. That's just your trauma bond. And so don't let that shame, which is not from God, by the way, shame is from the enemy. Do not let that shame take hold, because what you can think of is, I was severely manipulated, I was tricked, and I fell for it. But that's okay. I'm learning now, and I'm growing, and I'm going to get better. I'm healing. This is going to pass, because it will. The missing will pass, and the missing will also pass when you start to look at the ick list, which is in the trauma bond healing video where I give you options on how to heal from trauma bonds. I mentioned the ick list, and the ick list is your basis of truth. It is a list in which you write down all the horrible things that were ever said to you, all the horrible things that were ever done to you, all of the horrible circumstances that they put you in. You've got to put it down in black and white. And it's not that we're trying to keep account of wrongs and live in unforgiveness. That's not what this is. But what it is when you start to idealize and then turn inward and blame and hate yourself because this person chose not to be with you. And then you also feel guilt because you do remember some of the things, but then you gaslight yourself about the good times and how great they were in these areas or those areas and how maybe you'll never find someone else like that again or you'll never connect with someone else like that again. Lies, lies, lies. Look at that ick list and think, do I miss that? Do I miss that? Do I miss when he talked to me like that? Do I miss when she did that to me? Do I miss the divisiveness that it caused in my family? Do I miss how horrible it made me feel about myself? No, I don't miss any of those things. So yeah, I guess I don't miss them. And also, I see this, 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 and this. I know I'm not the problem here because this is a lot. This is a long list of different types of treatment and behaviors and tactics that have nothing to do with me. Because you can even look at those lists and think about the circumstances in which they happen. So what did I do to deserve that? And really think about it now that you're not in it. And I guarantee you didn't do anything to deserve it. It was just abhorrent treatment. Because you can rationalize in the moment, well, I said this and upset him, or I said this and upset her. But now being outside of it, you can look at that and surely know that that's not a normal reaction to the offense that I offended them with. That was a really abusive reaction to a very small offense. And so, no, I don't miss that. And also, I know I'm not the problem. Their reactions were their choices, not actually proof of me being broken, messed up, less than, not enough, whatever it is that you tell yourself or whatever it is that they've told you. So you've got to look at that ick list that will keep you from missing them. And also knowing that while it looks like they're happy right now, that's fake. It's the fake period. That's all that is. It's the masking. It's the love bombing phase. It's all you're seeing. And knowing that when you miss someone, it's going to pass. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean that there's anything wrong there, doesn't mean that they were good for you, doesn't mean you need to do anything about the missing. The missing will pass. Go to God with that. Let Him take that from you and just turn to Him and pour yourself into Him and know that He is preparing you while He prepares someone that's actually going to be good for you and healthy for you, and it's going to love you with a Christ-like love. That's what God has designed. That's what He wants. He does not want the things that are on your ick list. You've got to write them down. Write them down, and it will help you break this trauma bond. But watch the trauma bond video, and it will also, I hope, help you. So, thank you for your question. I love you. Have a good day. Who could stand against me? Freedom. I can feel the wind in my soul. Freedom. Oh, freedom is my anthem.